If I want to have high quality, nutritious food from my garden, first I have to have healthy soil. Now, having healthy soil, that's a big topic. That can go really, really deep, and there's many ways of how one can achieve that by adding compost, by not doing heavy tilling, by adding mulch, many different things. So there's a few things that I do for my garden. So I'm gonna show you what works for me. One thing that I try to do every year is use our house scraps and coffee grounds, tea grounds, eggshells to make my own compost. Now, compost is a very complicated thing as it can go very deep again. You can go really into it, and there's like a science behind it, and there's different kinds of compost that you can do, and uh, very, very complicated. But this is kind of the way that I'm able to do it living in the suburbs. I'm not on the farm, so I can't really go full out making full on compost. So what I've decided that works for me is I'm using all our eggshells and I kind of save them throughout the week and keep them in the bowl. And I put them in the fridge just so they don't smell, and then they kind of dry out a little bit. It makes it easier then for the eggshells to grind them up later. So I don't do anything special with them. I don't put them in the oven, anything like that. Like I just have them dried, being in the bowl in the fridge. And then I just blend them up in my mixer, works really well, and then just add them to my little compost bin. Now, in this bowl plate, what I have also is coffee grounds. My husband's a coffee drinker, so every day there's lots of coffee grounds. And then I'm a tea drinker and I drink loose leaf tea, so there's lots of that as well. And I don't use kitchen scraps as much just because that would add up really quick, and my bin is not very big, as you'll see later. So mostly what I do is just kind of weekly is I just collect all the coffee grounds and then all the eggshells, and then once a week or so I kind of go to my compost bin and empty it out. Eggshells are really good for soil health because they provide calcium and it's slow released, and then also it kind of helps with improving your soil structure and aeration as they break down. Now, the reason I blend up my eggshells is because if you leave them whole, it takes forever for the eggshells to break down. So, me kind of blending them up in the blender just helps the process to go quicker. Coffee grounds are really good for the soil because they help with the soil structure and drainage, water retention, and they provide slow release source of nutrients of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. So they feed all the microbes and earthworms and just a lot of good benefits. So this is my small little compost bin that I have. I've been using it for 4 years or so, and I use mostly just have coffee grounds and then eggshells. But I also put, I forgot to say this, is cardboard in between layers, just because you don't want the compost to be too wet. So I do, like a layer of coffee grounds, and then I put cardboard paper down, and then more food scraps. And then on the lid, I have holes cut out kind of for aeration. Oh, and on the bottom of the bin, there are holes as well. So look at all the soldier fly larvae or whatever I have this season. It was a lot of that. So it's pretty good. So I just keep it the whole year. I just keep adding all of this stuff, and then I empty it out at the end of the fall. Our soil is full of living organisms, and so we need to protect it for the wintertime. So that way those organisms can still have food to eat and what have you. So what I'm going to do is put leaves on top and grass clippings and feed the soil. Another thing that I do every fall is put leaves on my garden beds. Now, it's best if the leaves are smaller, like shredded. So, what my husband does is he mows over the leaves, and then, there's some grass clippings as well. And then I put those down. If the leaves are left whole, they tend to blow away, and it's just it's a little too mess. But if they're broken down by the lawnmower, then they actually break down into the soil for like in the spring. A lot of them kind of decompose easier. So that's what I do. I cover all my beds, make sure that they're not bare. You want to make sure that you cover all the naked soil, and you want to make sure that you cover it with leaves. Okay, open it up. Okay, so I'm gonna.
I found
Oh wait! This is the other stuff in the bins. Don't step on the lid.
So what are you putting in here?
Every year at the end of fall, I empty out my compost bin. And so right now what I'm doing is I'm taking the top layer out, putting them in a separate container because that stuff isn't broken down as well because it's more recent. And then everything underneath that layer, that's the stuff that I'm actually going to be putting into my garden beds.
Oh,
That looks we're rich. Hey,
Well,
how
it's
many
like
views
very-
you want?
Because we've had rain, so it's like very wet. Whew.
ew. This is gross. I see a banana. Banana. This is the big one. So, yeah.
Hey, who didn't eat that banana?
Really? That banana? Well, yeah, I didn't put it. There's no bugs to eat anything.
A lot of coffee grounds.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't eat their peas. Who didn't eat their peas?
I know who it is.
So I have holes.
Whoa, he a big one.
Oh, he's gross. I'm glad I have my nose plugged.
So after everything was emptied out, that was decomposed enough, then we put back the big chunks that we took off from the top layer, put it back in the bin, and then the bin is ready to start the whole cycle all over again till the next year. So like I said before, this is a small compost bin that I have, but I mean it is something. I mean it doesn't cost me anything to do this. It's all the things that I already have. Any small amount still makes a difference for my garden, so I'm happy to do that. But about 3 years ago, I did get a huge compost load. I bought it at our mulch and stone place, and I got like 4 cubic yards of it. So it was about $215, and then it was a $50 delivery fee. So that was 3 years ago, and I am about due for another load of that. So I think this will be the year that I'll be adding a fresh load of compost on my whole garden. So that the 4 cubic yards was actually a good amount for to cover both of my garden sides. So I'll be doing that again this year. It's just as bad. It's very stinky, but it's worth it. So this is gonna break down over the winter months, and then hopefully in the spring I want to add some fresh compost, and then everything should grow good. So this is why I do this in the fall, is because sometimes the compost has little chunks, and then that way they can break down even more so over winter time, and they'll feed my soil through the winter, all the microbes. So that's it. It's stinky, but it's done. As my 2025 garden season has come to an end, I look back at all the nutritious food that it provided me and all the joy that all my flowers brought me. And so this was just one of the ways that I'm able to kind of take care of the soil and make sure that it keeps on giving and making amazing produce and beautiful flowers for me. So I hope this was helpful.